back to Making Food Monday. This week, I'm going to try to recreate a delicious dish that I just had over the weekend at Cheesecake Factory. I'm going to try to make the Cheesecake Factory spicy chipotle chicken pasta. For today's recipe, we are going to need salt, pepper, butter, honey, heavy cream, lemon juice, a yellow pepper and a red pepper, olive oil, Parmesan cheese, the sauce out of a can of Chipotle peppers in adobo sauce, so just the adobo sauce. I'll need garlic. I'll need pasta. Today I have shells. That should work okay. If you've got something like rigatoni that you'd rather use, that will work too. I've got my chicken, of course. I'm going to be using breasts today. If all you have is thighs, I'm sure that would work as well. I'm also going to need asparagus and an onion. And that should be all we need for our recipe today, guys. First up today, I'm going to thaw my chicken. Then I'm going to cut my chicken into strips. Then I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, or the juice of 1 lemon, to my chicken. I'm also going to add half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of pepper. Now I'm going to set my chicken aside and kind of let it marinate in those flavors while I slice my onion. Slice my red bell pepper. And slice my yellow bell pepper. The first thing going in our pot today is about 2 tablespoons of butter. And I'm not gonna measure it, I'm just gonna drop some butter down in the bottom there, and then we're gonna turn on our sear roast function and get that started. Once our butter is melted, we're gonna go ahead and add our peppers and onions to the pot. We're just gonna go ahead and cook all of these peppers and onions until they are translucent and soft. While my onions and peppers are cooking, I'm going to go ahead and toss in 1 tablespoon of garlic. 1 tablespoon of garlic. And I'll just go ahead and toss that in there with the onions and peppers as they finish up. Now I'm going to remove my peppers and onions from the pot. Just put them in a bowl. Now I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil to my pot. And again, I don't measure, I just sort of add. There we are. And I'll add my chicken mixture to the pot. And I'll turn my sear roast function back on. And then I'll sear my chicken. While my chicken is cooking, I'll go ahead and prepare my asparagus. So I'll just go ahead and take that rubber band off. Now what I like to do with my asparagus is cut off the last inch or 2 of the stalks, just to make sure that nothing that I have left is tough. And then I'll just kind of push those out of the way. I don't want any of the tough parts of the asparagus in my dish. The rest of my asparagus should be fairly tender. So I'm going to cut the rest of this. So just cut it like this. And cut it again here. Oh, I cut it into thirds. Check in on my chicken here, make sure that it's cooking okay.
Now this is one of the few recipes I've seen where you actually do want to make sure that your chicken is fully cooked because it's not going to go through the pressure cooking cycle.
Up next, I'm going to add 1/4 cup of honey to my chicken.
1/4 cup of honey to the pot. And then I'm going to let it cook with that honey for about 5 more minutes, just to get that honey cooked into the chicken.
And then I will also remove the chicken from the pot. And now I'm going to add 1 pound of my pasta. I've got shells. You could probably use rigatoni if that's what you want. I think the original recipe was rigatoni. I only have shells, so that's what I'm using. 1 pound of pasta is going in my pot.
Along with 6 cups of water. There's 4. And 2 more makes 6 cups of water.
And I'm also gonna add my adobo sauce. I'm gonna add about 3 tablespoons of adobo sauce from my can.
There's 1 tablespoon, there's 2 tablespoons, and there's 3 tablespoons of adobo sauce. And the last thing going into my pot is my asparagus. I'm just gonna toss that right on top, just like that. And I'm not gonna stir my pot, I'm just gonna go ahead and seal it up.
Then I'm gonna drop down here to my chicken function because that's my high pressure. I'm gonna bring the time cook down to just 4 minutes. Okay guys, my time has expired. It's time to let my pressure out.
There we go. Got a little splash today. Now we'll open her up. Guys, I was afraid this would happen. I still have a lot of water in my pot. I wanted the pasta to soak up most of the water, and I still have quite a bit in here. So it's going to be a very, very loose pasta, or I can try to take some of this water out. So I'm going to attempt to drain some of the water by just taking it out.
Okay, I've taken about a cup, maybe a cup and a half or so of water out of my pot. Now I'm gonna add 2 cups of heavy cream.
There's 1 cup and 2 cups of heavy cream. And I'll go ahead and stir the cream into my pasta. Then I'm going to add my chicken back to the pot. And I'll add my onions and peppers back to the pot. And I'll give everything a good stir.
And then I'm going to add my Parmesan cheese. Now I have a 6-ounce bag. I'm not going to add all of it. I'm going to add a little bit at a time, and I'm going to stir it in and try to thicken up my sauce. And I'm going to be careful and make sure I save enough to top my pasta. And there we have it, guys. Copycat Cheesecake Factory Spicy Chipotle Chicken Pasta. That's a mouthful. Hopefully, it'll be a mouthful. Okay, Jax, I've got it made and it's plated. Now we need our
Guinea pigs.
do it.
Guinea pigs!
Oh, nice backpack. A backpack's backpack. Nobody's even hungry?
I'm so hungry, but I have 2 backpacks.
And a daddy pig.
No backpack on me.
No backpack on me either.
Just an empty tummy.
I'm just hungry.
Yes.
Who thinks it smells awesome?
Smells-
Who wants to taste
We
it?
had pasta for the last 3 days.
Ooh, let's see.
I
I'll go, Jax. What do you think, Jaxie?
I think that's good.
I think that's a good sign. Is that tasty, Jaxie? Do you like it? How many thumbs are you gonna give that?
If anybody says something that means higher or equal, I'm still higher. Trespassing, window passing, or uno passing, I'm still higher.
Okay, Jaxie likes it. Trespasser.
Yay!
Your turn.
Thank you. This smells amazing. A lot creamier than the one you had, Cheesecake Factory, but really good. I wouldn't think this is anywhere close to the one you had though. Like they're completely different. It's good.
But it's a different dish. I was thinking that because it's not the right color to be the one that we had at Cheesecake Factory. What do we think though? Is it tasty?
Yeah, I'm going to grapefruit pass. Yep. Hey, you only said it was
All right, Jordan likes it. Dad, your turn.
Oh, okay.
We're
good.
working our way around the table
All right.
today.
So yeah, color is different to the one at the Cheesecake Factory. A lot creamier. Not as spicy as I thought it was gonna be.
We could add extra chipotle sauce,
Yeah.
extra adobo sauce to your bowl if you'd want it a little bit
Okay.
spicier. And that might actually change the color and probably the flavor profile too.
For something you can make at home, I think this is a home run. I think this is really good.
How many thumbs are you gonna give that, Dad?
I'm gonna give it 8.2.
I'll take them. Thanks, Dad. Miss Malia, your turn.
Oh, I fell asleep. It took so long.
Yeah, okay, Dad. Taste your pasta, see if you like it. What do you think? Do you like it?
Yeah.
Good. So how many thumbs are you gonna give that, Miss Mia?
10 gajillion gajillion.
I'll take them. Thanks, man. Okay, guys, my final thoughts. Honestly, this didn't really compare to the Cheesecake Factory version of this recipe. This one's really, really good. For a pasta that you make at home, this is very tasty. But the pasta that we had at Cheesecake Factory just over the weekend was way better. I mean, it was Cheesecake Factory. This one was very, very good. I will definitely make it again because it was quite tasty. The flavors are very, very good. To make it not quite as loose, I would add less water next time when I make it. Instead of adding 6 cups of water, maybe cut it down to just 4. That way you start out with maybe some thicker, more flavorful sauce. I think it was really, really tasty. I actually added extra adobo sauce right to my plate. It was delicious. I recommend that. And also, I thought it needed just a tiny bit of salt. But I think this one was really, really good. And I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up. So what do we think, guys? Cheesecake Factory Spicy Chipotle Chicken Pasta. Yes or no?
Not a copycat. Not a copycat.
I agree. It's not really a copycat because it doesn't closely enough follow the one from Cheesecake Factory. However, it is really tasty. It's a very good pasta. I would definitely have it again. It's delicious.
Why is the restaurant's name Cheesecake Factory if it's not a factory?
Because they make a lot of cheesecake there. They also have a lot of everything else. That menu is super thick, man.
It's like a chapter. It's like a book.
My favorite thing there, though, has got to be that spicy chipotle chicken pasta because it is delicious.
Chapter 1, pasta.
I don't know how many other things in that restaurant are delicious, but I do know that every time I go there, I forget what I had the last time. And this time I had something delicious, so I hope I remember. Guys, I need to put my Smartypantses to bed. So,
If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to make this channel strong, share it with your friends. And now, good night, YouTube. See you tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe now. Subscribe, touchy. Poof! I really like that pasta, Mom.
it's good, huh?
Mm-hmm.